me get this clear. Cause I had no idea. I feel like I did too much. I feel like I did too much. I was getting
Yo, hold up. My fault, y'all. I need to fix my mic. Alright. Testing. Turn that down a little bit. Echo up. Alright. Yo, y'all can hear me? Alright, bet. Yo, what's good, bruh? I know, I haven't really made any deku what ifs in like a while. Last one I made probably was, well, if he had like speed or something like that. See, look, this what gonna happen, bruh. I know I ain't been doing it for, but like, I'm gonna remaster like once I get like enough subscribers, right, and like I get like a better, like I learn how to like edit better and like get better quality. Then I'm gonna remaster the old videos that sound weird, that have low quality, and they just sound weird, and I've been talking weird. So yeah, I'm gonna remaster those when I get a little bigger or whatever, get more views and all that. Just trying to post like daily or almost daily, but I don't got storage on my phone like that, so I can't be doing that like that. But further ado, let me stop talking and go ahead and get in the video. But let me tell y'all now, the ship for this deku what if is who do I want to ship him with? I'm gonna ship him with Mina. Yeah, I'm gonna do Mina. Alright, and just a unscripted movie too, by the way. So, the story of My Hero starts off the same as any other story, except like in this what if, Deku now has a quirk, and this quirk is pretty amazing. He goes on to do pretty great things with it in his life. But before I tell you all the things he did do, let me tell you how he does that. I'm going to start from the beginning. So he's born and all that type of stuff. When he born, a strange thing actually happens. Like a couple of hours after, like not a couple, I ain't gonna say that. Say like a year after Deku was born. Deku actually he started. What power do I need? Oh my god, I ain't even think about that. I just got this in my mind. I'm gonna give him the power of teleportation. Teleportation and enhanced speed and strength. I can't just give him teleportation and make him weak. Yeah. Deku as a baby, he was showing strange phenomena. Like he was being strange as a baby. Like he was strong enough to lift up a table. And the parents, Hisashi, what the freak this happened? Hisashi, why did I just say that? It sound like that. Hisashi and Inko actually kind of excited and worried at the same time, because they were excited that Deku now has a quirk. Deku has a quirk at an early age at that, but they were worried that like I don't know what. Like worried about Deku, like he can hurt himself or something. So over the years, Deku has been shown to have been very faster than other kids his age, and stronger. And he also, he been shown to be stronger and faster. So skip to when he's around 4 years old. At this time, Deku he's doesn't he knows he's strong and stuff and stronger than everyone, but he doesn't know his real quirk yet. And they took him to the doctor, but they couldn't diagnose the teleportation since it hasn't came in yet. So one day in class, Deku and Bakugo would just be like playing at the playground. Like Bakugo trying to like bully a quirkless kid that was at the school, but Deku would come up to Bakugo and tell him, Bakugo, I'm not trying to do no kid, but let me see, Bakugo, Bakugo, no, I cannot do a kid voice. I know I sound a little fat. Alright. I can't do no kid voice. But we're gonna be like, Bakugo, that's not nice. You shouldn't bully the weak. I mean, you shouldn't bully someone who is defenseless, and you shouldn't use your quirk for things like that. Shut up, Deku. You don't tell me what to do. You have to understand, they're weak. They're weaker than us, and they have to be below us. Bakugo will basically tell to Deku. They will continue arguing over this for a while until Bakugo just accepts what Deku's talking about, but he really doesn't. So, like that day, after everyone goes back in the classroom, basically Deku, he would basically teleport to the front of the room. Everyone in the class were basically shocked by this because they always thought Deku's quirk was like super strength, basically, since he was like stronger and faster. So showing like this Deku teleporting, they were all like amazed of how about Deku's quirk, and they were like kind of like they didn't know how like he has so many quirks or whatever. So Deku would basically get sent to the office to wait for his mom to come pick him up, and when Inko would get there, she would basically drop him to the quirk doctor. On the way there, Deku would basically explain what happened to him at school, basically telling his mom basically that he was just sitting in his chair. Then 1 second later, he basically appeared in the front of the classroom. And he said the feeling was weird, like he was traveling at sonic speeds. Like basically, he was traveling like it felt weird, like a gut, like something is good. And Inko was just let's take a child and all that. And by this time, Hisashi is already so-called like left overseas, so-called. I'm doing quotations right now. But as soon as they get to the doctor, they're placed in a waiting hall to wait for a doctor to appear. But I'm gonna say this time it isn't Dr. Yujiko, and it's just a random doctor who isn't evil. So Deku would go in, and they would basically check up on Deku's power, so-called power he has, right? So after they were done testing, the doctor would basically tell Inko that the basic stuff that Deku has, super strength, enhanced speed, and new ones that he has teleportation ability. But a drawback to this power is that if he teleports too much, he basically gets tired. Like teleporting long distances at this moment, like exert a lot of energy and make him basically too tired to do anything. So right now he can only travel like not like very far distances. Like say he tries to travel to America from Japan. He can't. He physically can't do that. He would die trying, like from exhaustion. I need to go back to speech. But yeah, that and Deku hearing about this power would be excited and yelling that he would become the new number one hero. This is such a cool power. He can't wait to tell his class basically. Since they already kind of saw it, but like they don't know what it is. So I'm gonna say about the next day after the class, like after all Inko and the kid Izuku go back home. They basically had a little dinner or whatever, celebrating about Deku's and quirk. And Inko would call up Hizashi and tell him about Deku's quirk. He would be pretty happy about this too. But the next day, basically, we would see Deku crowded by like the whole class, and everyone basically awing, like cheering, like excited over his new power because he could basically like do many things with it. And Bakugo at this time has already got his quirk by like a week earlier. That's why we see him bullying that little kid, like doing all this stuff right now. So throughout Deku's life, he's been pretty like not the same since like before he used to get bullied all the time, and he was sad all the time. But this whatever, Deku basically has a couple like mini friends, right? But like he doesn't really consider them his true friends since they just follow him because of his quirk. And at this time, Deku and Bakugo, they kind of have a different relationship in this whatever. Since other whatever, he used to get bullied and all that, but their relationship is basically like brothers. They're like brothers at this time, like you're supposed to be. They basically look out for each other. They spar from time to time to gauge their strength and to get better at using their powers. But unlike Deku, Bakugo doesn't train his body because he has explosions. He really doesn't just do that. He just has natural like talent or whatever. Deku kind of does, but Deku decides like to make his teleportation more useful. He should learn the martial arts and other stuff, and boxing, all that type of stuff. So like throughout the years till Deku was about 15 in 8th grade in a last day of middle school, whatever. Not last day, but like till he like reached 15. Deku's basically has been doing martial arts and studying and like hanging out with Bakugo, training and just hanging out, going to arcades, basically just having fun and training. So we get to the time when they're about 15 years old. We see the class basically just chatting, talking very loud in the classroom until their teacher comes in the classroom and basically quiets them down. He basically comes in. When he came in, he had a stack of papers basically saying that the papers were worksheets on like for their future careers. Everyone groaned at the fact they had to do paperwork. Had to do work in the last day of school, or like almost last day of school, whatever. But he just throws the paper in the air and yells, I would give you these, but I know you all want to be heroes. So after that decoration, the class basically goes haywire. Almost everyone starts using their quirk, except for a certain amount of people. The main two being Bakugo and Deku, because most of the time, like Bakugo's quirk too explosive. Deku really doesn't like doing anything like that. So, after telling them that, he actually reads off some students that want to go to hero courses, and when he gets to UA, he basically says, the teacher basically says, I see we have 2 students want to go to UA high school. We have Bakugo Koski and Izuku Midori. The class basically already knowing that those 2 are like the strongest in the school, so they really don't have any problems with it, because they know they're like basically telling Deku and Bakugo that they can get in, so they're like the strongest in the whole school or whatever. So after that day, the class basically like gets dismissed, and actually that is the day of Inko's birthday. So Deku is basically walking, taking a shorter path to his home to like get home faster to see his mom for his birthday. After getting her a gift, of course, stopping by the store and getting her a gift. Bakugo is basically gonna come to Deku's house later on that day with his mom, since Inko and Bakugo's mom, Mitsuki, were actually best friends. So they were gonna have a little dinner party, a little dinner at their Inko's house. So when Deku was like basically going through the tunnel that he did in canon, kind of sensed ominous presence under him. But before he could do anything, a large green substance, like liquidy substance, comes out of the drain in front of him, and he yells, "Give me your body, kid! I didn't know this freak was in town." So this, he talked about All Might, but we don't know that. Deku would basically tell him like, "Ew, what are you? I'm not giving you my body." So the sludge villain was basically try to attack Deku and like take his body. Deku would just teleport to the other side of him and try to punch him, but his fist would just go right in, like inside him, not really doing much because it's liquid. Deku basically retract his arm back fast so he won't get trapped. Just looks at his arm and like the green liquidy stuff on his hand and said, "Ew, what is this?" But before the sludge could basically do anything else, Deku would notice the eyes and the mouth, and those are the only 2 parts of his body that isn't basically liquid. So, but before you can like do anything, or the sludge villain could basically do anything, they would hear a loud, boomy voice yelling, "I am here!" Basically, I forgot All Might saying. I know it, "I am here" or something like that. Me, All Might or something. But All Might would basically come in, yelling his signature phrase, and he would pull Deku back and yell, "Texas Smash!" And that shit was weird as fuck. I shouldn't have not done that. I'm so disappointed in myself. I'm not making too much voices in this what if no more, because I can't do it no more. I can't. It's too embarrassing. Just forget I said that voice, and said basically All Might was yell Texas Smash and release a large gust of wind pressure, and scatter the sludge filling all over all over the tunnel. He basically said Deku would basically teleport out of All Might's hand in front of him. He's still a little fanboy over All Might, but not as much since he likes other heroes too. He would basically start asking All Might questions for his notebook and ask for autograph. And this would, what if he basically will not ask All Might if he could become a hero, since Deku believes in his abilities and believes he is strong, so he will not ask All Might. And All Might will simply collect the sludge villain and jump away. But like in a what if, All Might had a hole in his pants, in one of his pants pockets. So Bakugo basically still gets attacked by the sludge villain. But I'm gonna get to that. Like on Deku's way to basically get to his home, he hears a loud explosion. He would basically run towards it to see a crowd and a whole bunch of heroes just watching the sludge villain that currently tried to take his body and envelop a boy. But the thing that struck out about this boy was his spiky blonde hair and red eyes. Deku immediately knew who this was and yelled, "Bakugo!" He would rush in, seeing that the heroes weren't doing anything, just watching his best friend, his brother, get suffocated to death. He would basically teleport in front of the sludge and he would. Let me tell you something. Deku has an ability to not only teleport himself, but teleport things. Like at the moment, he can teleport things like objects. He can't. He never really tried it on humans yet. So I'm gonna tell you one of his abilities that he's gonna have in the future. Basically, Deku will try to claw at the sludge villain, but once the sludge villain would try to attack, he would teleport back and teleport overhead, hitting a sludge villain in the eye with a book he had in his backpack, a useless book. He didn't want to use his good books, so he would keep doing that, hitting the sludge villain his weak points. And when he did that, he kind of let go of Bakugo a little bit. So he would teleport. He would use all his might. Use all his might. He would try his hardest. He would basically teleport Bakugo right in front of him. Deku would be panting hard because he'd never done this before. This is his first time ever doing something like this. Usually he only just teleports items or objects or something. Before the sludge villain could do anything, the All Might would basically come back in and hit the sludge villain with another Detroit smash, scattering it everywhere and collecting it again. Deku would basically get scolded by the officers and the pro heroes that were on site, and Bakugo would basically get praised for having such a strong quirk. Deku would too, but he would also get kind of scolded a little bit. But Deku would basically say, "I couldn't just sit back and let my brother die like that. When all you heroes were just sitting there watching him die. I can't just do that." So basically, he would just leave home, and Bakugo would go his separate way to get cleaned up and stuff. But before, a block away from his home, he was just about to teleport, saying nobody in sight. scold him for using his quirk. So he was just gonna teleport home. Since Deku right now can teleport large distances. Like at this point, he can teleport from like across the city without getting tired. Like he still can teleport like to other countries and stuff like that. But he can teleport large distances. So he's been training. Before he can like basically turn a block and go home, or like teleport or whatever, All Might basically appears right in front of him and says his little catchphrase or whatever, and say the things he did in canon, basically telling Deku about One for All and about basically about like how he can transfer his power and stuff like that, and about the injury. And I'm still debating on which should I give him. Should I give him All for One? I mean, not All for One for All. If I do that, he gonna be too overpowered. Like, he just spam teleportation. And he already got super strength and enhanced speed. Yeah, it's gonna be OP. If I get to Bakugo gonna be way faster. And he can keep up with Deku if Deku teleport to like punch him or something. Say like Deku and Deku like his teleportation, it depends on the person's speed. Like say don't. Say he like teleport on to All Might trying to punch him. All Might, if he's fast enough, he can basically react to the punch or something like that. That's what I'm saying. With Deku, he can increase his speed and teleportation. Like he can blitz someone, like teleport, like use like a teleportation barrage. Dang, I'm keep exposing this nigga abilities. This gonna be another one of his abilities, teleportation barrage. Like speed, he basically gonna be speed blitzing someone. He gonna look like he is, or like barraging. You seeing after images and shit like that. My fault, y'all. But basically, I'm gonna say, he accepts the power of One for All. No. Deku basically declines One for All, and he would basically say that he has a friend that would probably most likely like the power, and he isn't any like bad guy. He's actually an aspiring hero just like him. So All Might will basically tell them to get his friend and meet him at Dagoma Beach tomorrow afternoon. So now Deku will go home, spend his evening with mom for his birthday and like Bakugo. And while in that day, Bakugo, Deku was basically in the room playing video games after a party with him. And Deku would basically tell Bakugo about what happened that day with All Might. Bakugo like have a different emotions. He was basically shocked. He just be shocked, and then he gonna be happy since he can possibly get the power of All Might, become like Scrums or whatever. But Deku hasn't. He been lifting weights. He got stronger. I'm gonna say like his physical strength, like his power, is on par with like 50% One for All. That's what I'm gonna say. 50% One for All. Like not at this current moment. At the current moment, his strength is about like 15% One for All. But and his speed is approximately like your physical speed is like I'm gonna say like 10% One for All. And like while teleporting, blitzing people and stuff, his speed 100%. It surpasses One for All. I'm gonna say that. Like if you like in the future. So later that day, the next day, Bakugo and Deku would basically go to the beach, meet with All Might, do their little training, clean the beach and all that, blah blah blah. Because it's now the 10-month training arc. And how Deku is gonna meet Mina, I'm gonna tell you now. Basically, one day after Deku and Bakugo were training, they basically decided to take a little chill day the next day, right? So they would like head into like a restaurant, like a fast food restaurant type stuff. I'm gonna say like Burger King or something. So like they gonna go in like this little restaurant, and Deku would like order a lot since he has to eat a lot since the speed he moves at when he teleports, like it speeds up his metabolism, like kind of like people with super speed like have. He has to eat a lot. So basically, he will order a lot of burgers. And Bakugo to this day is still amazed on and weirded out on how much Deku eats. He doesn't question it since he knows about Deku's like high metabolism type thing. And basically, the waiter or like the person they put the order from is basically Mina. Bakugo and Deku seeing her basically blushes since Mina, she's kind of bad. She's kind of bad, man. I ain't gonna get it to you, man. So like Bakugo seeing this basically be the smoothest wingman in the world. Basically, give my son Deku her number, bro. Like he would basically like put my son Deku on the smoothest wingman alive. Deku end up talking to her. Like Bakugo would basically like call her over there to the table. Basically, while like Deku went to the restroom and like basically tells Mina that his friend basically wants to get her number or whatever. He didn't talk much for a minute. So Bakugo would tell her to tell Deku that he had to leave since he just made up something came up at home. When Deku came out the restaurant from taking a break, Mina would basically tell him what Bakugo said. And she would try to like start talking to Deku. Talking about like, so why did you order so much burgers? I asked Deku basically. Deku basically just tell her that about he has to eat a lot since he has a high metabolism. And after that they would basically start kicking it, like talking a little bit since Mina's shift was off after the 5 minutes and she worked that, and they started talking for a little while. Then they would like go for a walk or whatever, talk. Basically talking about their time in school, like what school they're going to. Basically both of them found out that they were both going to UA High School for their hero course. And that they have a lot in common. They both like watching like comedy videos, comedy shows, and like comedy shows, right? And dancing, because Deku himself basically knows how to dance and likes dancing. They both like music and they have a little other stuff in common. Deku, like Mina at first would kind of be a little awkward since of her appearance. She's like pink and has horns, and like her eyes like part of black. So like she was like worried that Deku wouldn't like her appearance. Deku basically seeing the worry in her eyes and asking her what's wrong. Mina would shakily ask, do you like mind my appearance? Basically, Deku would pause for a second and basically tell her that no, I don't really mind your appearance. Like, I actually think you're quite beautiful, like really beautiful. Mina would blush and say thank you to Deku. Deku basically say no problem. So throughout that 10 months training arc, they would basically be training their hardest, training their absolute hardest. Mina, Naruto, and Deku basically got closer, and from friends, they started to get together. So by the 3 months, they were basically a couple, and she already met Inko. Inko was absolutely excited of the prospect of Deku having a girlfriend now. And she was inviting Mina over all the time. Like, she wanted to get to know her so-called future daughter-in-law. So they've been training, having fun, and they've been chilling. Deku has met Mina's parents too, and they're pretty cool to him. And they basically chill at each other's house. Sometimes they'll spend a night at each other's house after hard day of training, and then just decide to go over each other's house or whatever. They like that. And they already had their first kiss, like they kiss each other already. So after all these 10 months over, we basically see Deku waving his mom goodbye, going to the entrance exam. He would basically, since no one around, teleport to UA. No, he would teleport to Mina's house and teleport to Bakugo's house, saying, "Bakugo, come on, let's teleport to the school." Bakugo said, "Yeah, hold on, put on my pants." And after he puts on his pants, he would come from downstairs, and they would teleport to the school. Since after 10 months, you already know, I told you about his teleportation, like barrage type thing, and about him teleporting people and objects and stuff. So it's gonna be a big plus. He would teleport to the school, and they would basically go to the stadium, like the thing where they do the written exam. I'm not gonna cover it because it's boring. They basically I'm gonna say Deku, he wanna ace it, but like he would do like fairly good, like top 10 type thing. Bakugo as well. Mina, I feel like an 80%. Yeah, I'm 68%. So after that, we see all the students going to their sectors of the practical exam. Bakugo and Deku were not in the same exam. Neither was Mina at the same exam as Deku. She was actually in one with Bakugo and Mina they were good friends too, just cause she hanged around Deku a lot, and Deku hanged around Bakugo a lot, so they became good friends. So after everyone gets ready in the exams and stuff, they would literally hear Prison Mike yelling, "Go!" There's no countdowns in the real battle. Deku would teleport into the sector type thing before the gate opened. And he would immediately start rapping. I mean, he has a weapon too. I forgot to mention that Deku actually has learned sword skills over the years. So Deku has a large katana on his back, and he actually had permission from UA to basically bring his katana and use it. So Deku would teleport to a large 3-pointer, slashing it in half completely. And he would continue to do the same for for like 10 minutes, racking up a total of 65 points. And then he would basically start going to help other candidates that were either trapped or stuck or like getting cornered by robots, and he did that. He used a couple of his moves, like he used his teleportation barrage, glitching like 5 robots, and the teachers in the little booth thing they was in, they were amazed by the strength and speed and the quirk that Deku had. They looked at his file and Eraserhead would basically say, that's Izuku Midoriya. His power is enhanced strength, enhanced speed, and basically teleportation. They were all look at Deku saying, Nezu saying, wow, that's an amazing quirk he has. You do great things with it. We'll go back to Deku. Basically, we get to the point where the Zero Corner comes out, and Uraraka is still trapped under the rubble. Deku teleports to her, lifting the rubble off her basically, and teleporting her to a safe distance. He really can't do anything to the Zero Corner, so I'm not gonna say he probably can't take it down. He can like I said, use his teleportation, blitzing teleportation, and like blitz up the arm, slashing it, breaking the arm basically, and just do that. But like I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna say he doesn't stop Zero Corner. He just teleports Rocket to the front of the gate thing, whatever. And she would basically say her thanks, and they would split their ways. After that, everyone would go home, and about a week later, about a week later, they would basically get their messages on how they did in the UA exam. They found out who they was, like what spot they was in basically. Deku got first place, Roku basically got second, Mina got third, I'm gonna say. So they have been training hard, and they have gotten some of the abilities they had in the beginning, and later in the show now. So yes, and they all meet up and celebrate for getting into UA and having the top spots. So time skip to like the first day. The 3 of them are walking to class and they see a giant door. Seeing 1A on it, they basically walk in. But I'm finna end it right here. I'm finna go eat, and hope y'all enjoyed this part of what if Deku had power in the beginning. I don't know how to spell quirk, bro. I'm not finna cap say it. So hope y'all enjoyed this what if. This was an unscripted what if to my off the top of my head. And hope y'all enjoyed. Comment, subscribe, and like the video. Oh yeah, comment y'all. Come on, bro. Comment what videos y'all want me to do. What else? Come on now. Well, y'all do that and go watch my new what else. What if Deku was neglected? Naruto was neglected and was a third ninja. Go watch that. I might delete some and redo it since I don't like the way it sounds. And I don't like the way the music was too loud. Hope y'all don't mind it though. If y'all like it, like it up. I'm gonna go ahead and end this part off. Peace.